In the year, company of streets and roads win $13 billion, but whole time is broken and is very expensive. I have the solution. The solution is absorbent cement. This idea can take up water and snow and gas into the sewer system. I speak of engineers, and he said that it's a good idea, and this idea is a revolution of roads and streets. I speak, and he said that yes, it's not expensive and have logos. I speak of companies like Acon, Miller's Payment, and Coco Payment, and we said that it's good idea. 5 kilometers and is $10 million. And 1 kilometer is $3.5 million, and Mames is $3 million. And thank you very much. This is the project of the road and streets.
Role in reducing excessive runoff and eliminating sediment buildup. At the surface are concrete pavers, similar to what have been used in driveways, patios, and walkways for decades, just with small openings to allow for water to drain through. A small stone chip, called the joint material, is used between the pavers to lock them in place. Around the outside of the pavers is a curb to help hold the pavers in place. Directly below the pavers is a layer of stone chip called the bedding layer, which helps make sure the paver's surface is flat once the installation is complete. The base and sub-base layers are made of larger size stones, similar to what is used in railway tracks. This is where rainwater can be stored until it drains into the natural soil to recharge groundwater, just like nature intended. The need for geotextile and the design of the underdrain pipe are based on the native soil type. Every design needs to be site-specific, so feel free to consult with Oak staff for assistance. When rain falls on or water runs onto the pavement, it flows through the joints between the pavers and into the stone below. Depending on the soil type, the water will either drain into the ground or build up within the stones. The raised elbow on the pipe provides an overflow for extreme weather events. Once the storm is over, the remaining water will continue to drain into the ground. Oaks
So this is the opportunity for the 1 minute feedback, and if you're here, Brian, you stay here, then you guys can talk after. So, Andre?
I'll first talk about the presentation itself. Mainly, slow down. It's your idea seems interesting, but when you speak quickly, I can't really, I don't know what it is. Beyond that, you indicated that there was some interest from some companies, I believe. That seems like a very large point to emphasize, that you have industry interest in your product. And that was, I put a lot more emphasis on that. We'll call it there.
Thanks. I thought the video presentation was a great idea because it's such a complex solution. For neophytes, you really need to see what it's all about. So full marks for doing the video presentation. I thought it was an excellent idea. And I think you're just sort of in the early stages of this, and there's many more questions to be asked in terms of revenue propositions, investment required, things of this nature, competition, where you start. But the general idea is impressive.
I love it. I really do like this because there is a huge need for a change in the way infrastructure is built for highways and anywhere else that you can drive on. Concerns, startup costs are going to be dramatically high. Hiring professionals, the product that's needed, and a lot of testing to obviously prove the value of what you're trying to change. You can use the 407 as an example. They use concrete versus using paved roads that we normally use. So there's certainly different ways that you can change the structure of how something's built, but it's when that is being done. So you need to find a good test bed to start utilizing this type of solution, and then how it can scale so that you can start to push this across to larger entities starting small. So it could be something in your backyard, your driveway, and moving your way up. So determining where that starting point is going to be huge.
So I think the judges may have a question or two, so I'll throw it over to Jeffrey to ask a question, and then the team can answer.
Who was the people you were speaking to, which businesses, and what was the interest level from them? Is it something that they want to get into test, or they want to learn more? Starting point.
Along the lines of what you proposed, when he spoke to them, he said that the product was a great idea, and coming from him, was a great project to begin with. A lot of things that were brought up was that, yes, initially he did need to have a more solidified, more conceptualized project, and that was the main issue. Obviously, him approaching engineers and Pavement Miller with this proposal, it kind of seemed like, wow, okay, completely interesting for a 14-year-old. But yeah, it was more the, as what you said, more the facts, like the ingredients, the regulations to the product that is actually can be applied on the roads. So that was kind of what we got back from the clients, and we spoke specifically to Pavement Miller. That was.
I'm impressed you're such a young man to come up with a concept like this. How did your passion for this type of solution originate?
So originally, when we started the project last Saturday, we were doing the pitches, so everybody went around and they kind of showed their ideas. And one of his concerns or idea or project that he wanted to focus on was the potholes and the traffic that he was constantly being confronted with going to school. So his drive from school, from his current apartment, is about an hour drive. So in addition to that, doesn't account for traffic, road work and all this. So he was just like, oh, this is brutal. I gotta do something about this. I really wanna make this change. So he really got motivated by that, and I told him, yeah, that's a great thought. Let's work with it. What do you wanna do? So initially we started with a machine that was just gonna focus on the potholes. It was gonna be automated. It was gonna just implement the cement itself, because there's a different idea that we were working on previously. We transitioned into this. And originally it was that he didn't want to be late to school anymore, so he wanted to make a faster process of the road work. So yeah, that was that.
Thank you. Great job.